we try to understand like Spark supports how many data storage objects. Like in any database, we are storing data in the form of tables. But in Spark, how we are storing the data? That data storage object. This is called as data storage objects or data sets. We are having three types. One is RDD, second one is data frame, third one is the data set. So RDD is used in R, Python, Scala, Java. Data frame is used in all the four languages, whereas coming to the data set, we are accessing this in the Java and Scala. This is a compile language, like when you are writing the code and you are executing and writing the code, it is like that. It's continuously you are writing, you are giving something to the executor or to compiler. So this can be done in Java and Scala. 99.9% every project is dealing with data frames only. But we need to learn RDD because the back end of the data frame is RDD only. So even if you created the data frame, at the back end, it will convert into RDD. So in the RDD, it is already outdated, but we are learning this for the purpose of interview and to understand how Spark works at backend. Okay. So these are the things yesterday we have covered. And coming to the RDD, it is only used for the log files and text files, whereas data frame can be accessed to all kinds of data, which is structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. Even data set also, it will also be available for all kinds of data, means structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. So all these three kinds of data can be accessed in the data set. So each and everything in Spark, it will store in the RDB. Databricks uses which cluster? Standalone cluster. And Spark is an in-memory processing engine. So how it stores in memory? By using Java virtual machines. And executor is having JVMs and all the processes taking place in the in-memory. So Databricks uses, again, this one we need to remember all the, like they will ask you which resource manager you are using, but Databricks will use only standalone. So Yarn and Mesos can be HDFS systems or on-prem systems. We can use that. Local mode is where we are using the community edition, which is nothing but single node, where the source and target is same. And Kubernetes is for AWS. This thing yesterday we have discussed. But today, let's try to understand. And one more thing here, we need to discuss that. Like in Spark architecture, we are having GC. GC is nothing but garbage collector. Okay, garbage collector. What this GC will do, this GC will allocate and deallocate the memory to the driver node. Allocate and deallocate the memory. Okay, if this GC is not working properly, then you will get out of memory exception. If GC is not working, then you will get out of memory exception. OOM. Maybe you heard it. OOM. Out of memory exception. So this is about garbage collector. Today, let's try to understand what are the database operations. Okay? What are the database operations? Today we need to understand that. Database operations are we are having 5 types of database operations. One is, maybe all of you know this, but I'm just giving you the basics. If it is not, if you don't know this also, then fine. But these are very important. Okay, we are having DDL. What is DDL? Data definition language. Data definition language. So data language. In DDL, all the operations related to metadata. Metadata related operations. If everybody knows this, if you want to skip this, I'll skip it. But if you want to continue, I can continue. Let me know this.
Continue, please.
Okay. So DDL is completely used for the data definition language, which is nothing but metadata related operations. So, and one more thing you need to remember, all DDLs are auto commit. Auto commit. Just I'll give you something that you can remember every time. Whenever you are saying DDL, you need to remember this. Dr. Cat. You need to remember this. Just to remember blindly. Okay, if you remember this Dr. Cat, then you can understand. So Dr. Cat is nothing but where you are having DR is nothing but drop, C, create, R for the rename, T, drop, C, create, R, rename, and what we are having, A is nothing but alter, T is truncate. These are the operations performed in DDL. So in DDL, what we are having, Dr. Cat is nothing but D for drop, R for rename, C for create. This is nowhere defined. I'm just giving you to remember this. Okay. In interview, if they were asking what are the DDL operations, don't say Dr. Cat. I'm just giving you some example to remember this. So drop, create, rename, alter, and truncate. These things can be done in DDL. Okay. So what is create, rename, drop, truncate? These create, rename, drop, and truncate. These things are auto committed. So once you given, it will be taken and it has executed over there. Okay. So alter, rename column, add column, remove column, alter data types. All this can be done in the alter. So in alter, what we can do? We can rename column. Okay. Add a column and then remove column and then alter data type. This many can be done in the alter. So drop is to drop an existing table. Create is to create one table. Okay. Rename is to rename a particular table name. Truncate is to, what is the difference between drop and truncate? Drop is nothing but the entire table is going to be deleted. Entire table is deleted from the database. What is truncate? Truncate is nothing but schema will be there, but the data is going to be deleted. Schema will be there, but data is deleted. This is one. So drop, create, rename, alter, truncate. We will take one example for this. First of all, you just try to understand what are the database operations. Second one is DML, data manipulation language. Data. So you can see here data defining language. Defining is nothing but define is nothing but how the data should be, how it should be. Like that is what we are having. This is not nothing but metadata related. Okay. But whenever you are coming to the DML operations is data related. You need to understand this one. DML operations is data related operations. So for this, you need to remember UID. 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 So UID. U means what? Update, insert, delete. Update, insert, delete. What we are updating? We are updating the data. What we are inserting? We are inserting the delete data. What we are deleting? We are deleting the data, not metadata. It is completely data related operations. This DML operations also called as ACID transactions. Let's see. So this is the ACID properties in data database management systems. Atomicity. The entire transaction takes place at once or doesn't happen at all. So atomicity is nothing but entire transaction has been at at once, like it is doing. Okay, suppose if I'm doing delete UID, right? Update, insert, delete. Suppose if I'm deleting, what will happen? The entire process, the entire data is going to be deleted, right? It is not retrieved back. That's what atomicity. Consistency. The database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Suppose if you are taking your bank transactions, okay, you went to the ATM and you withdrew some 5,000 rupees from your account. So whenever you are withdrawing your account, that should be immediately reflect in your account. It should be shown that debited 5,000 and remaining balance has to be showed over there. So you are doing one transaction that has to be consistent, and you deposited 10,000. Again, it has to be credited, and the data means the amount has to be updated over there. This is the consistency. Suppose if you have deposited 10,000, but it is not showing in your DB, that's not the right. The consistency is nothing but whenever the transaction is happening somewhere, that has to be reflected in your DB immediately. In the database, it has to be reflected. That is what the consistency. So what is nothing but consistency? Suppose I have inserted some data. Inserting means I have inserted some 5,000 rupees. Let me explain here. balance would be here some 15,000. So Sai is having in his account 15,000 rupees. Next day, what he did, let me give the date also. What he did on the date of 24th June 2025, he deposited or credited into his account some 4,000 rupees. So with the immediate effect, what the database? This is the database, right? He did somewhere in the ATM or in bank. So with immediate effect, what it has to be done? With the consistency, the balance has to become 19,000. It is not like that after some days it will get reflected. It is not like that. It should be with immediate effect. That is what you call consistency. Here something is happening that has to be reflected in their database. Suppose he debited 1,500 on some 2506. Oh, here are the latest different. 2020. What it has to be done with immediate effect. With immediate effect, this 1,500 has to be deducted from his balance, and here it has to be shown, right? 17,500. This is nothing but consistency. This has to be reflected in the. So what I'm doing now, I'm just inserting it, right? And this is deleting. This is inserting the data. This is deleting the data. So UID. So here what is happening? Whenever I have deposited 4,000 rupees into the Sai's account, what is happening? The data is, what's happening here? Data is updating, right? So whenever I gave 4,000 rupees to credit, 15,000 is going to be 19,000. Means the data is updating on that particular date. This is nothing but update. So balance is updated here. So I'm just highlighting update with red color. This is also updated. But this what here? 4,000 rupees what I did? I have credited. Credited is nothing but inserting. Insert. And this is 1,500. What I'm doing? I'm debiting, which is nothing but I'm deleting. So even when I insert the data or delete the data, what is happening to original data? Updation is happening. This kind of things are nothing but DML operations. Okay. In every database management system, you are having the DML operations. But in file system, you are not allowed to do these things. Okay. Just try to understand in RDBMS, you can do DML operations, but you are not able to do the same DML operations in file system. That is what the big drawback in the file system. File system is nothing but it is not in the form of tables. It may be in any form. The data may be structured, unstructured, or anything. So these DML operations are not able to do in any file system. Only you can add the data. Only you can insert the data. Yes. Only you can insert the data. You can't delete some partial data or you can't update some data. This is what the main drawback with file system. Okay. In this particular transformations, what you are doing to the data, those are nothing but DML operations. Insert, update, delete. And there is one more operation that is called as upsert. Upsert is nothing but update plus insert. Update plus insert. So you can see here, I have given 4,000 rupees into the size account. What happened here? This 4,000 is added to this data and this data got updated. This kind of operation is nothing but upsert. This kind of operation is nothing but upsert. This is upsert. Upsert is nothing but so along with update, insert and delete, you are having one more operation that is upsert. Upsert equals to updating the data. At the same time, you are inserting the data. After inserting, the data is going to be updated. This is the upsert. So what we are having? DML operations. Now you are understanding the ACID transactions, the consistency. I is nothing but isolation. So multiple transactions occur independently without interference. What you are thinking? If you are thinking any bank account, is it like that only Sai alone is having the bank account? No. With that name, many people are there. So maybe Sai Kumar, maybe Sai Krishna, it would be like that. It should not go into somebody's account and it can do all these operations, right? It, so it should be isolated. Isolation is nothing but it should not affect somebody's account. It should affect your own account number and your own account, right? That is nothing but isolation. And next one, durability. The changes of a successful transaction occurs even if the system failure occurs. So now what I did is I went to the ATM and I have drawn some money. Okay. After drawing that, suddenly power went off. Okay, in the ATM. ATM is not working. So what should it happen? Whenever you did the transaction, it should be reflected immediately into your database and it should be the permanent change in your account. It should not like that. It will debit and it will credit. It's not like that. You can see in some of the transactions when we do with the phone pay or even in the when you are trying to get the money in the ATM, what happens is you are withdrawing the money, but you don't. Will you face such kind of thing? You will withdraw the money, your account shows you debited the money, but you don't get the money in your hand, right? And after some time, it is going to be credited in your account. So such kind of things should not be happened. That is nothing but durable. The changes of a successful transaction occurs even if the system failure occurs. Even the system failure, once it is done, if you really got the money, it has to be debited. If you are not, some banks are very good at that. So I'm not blaming anyone. Some banks, suppose if you take Access Bank, it is very like in that bank you never face this kind of issues. But in some banks are there, I'm not quoting that. There you will definitely get this kind of issues continuous. That's what the standardness. So what I'm telling is atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. This kind of properties is nothing but ACID properties, which should be there in every database management system. Okay. So DBMS. So DBMS should have this. Who will do this? DML. Who will do this? DML operations. So blindly remember, DML operations are nothing but ACID transactions. Okay. So next one is TCL. What is TCL? TCL is nothing but you are having transaction control loss. Transaction control. What is this? You will have only commit and rollback. Commit, rollback. But these two things are not used. And not only this, another one is there. TCL, DCL. Here you are having grant and revoke the permission. These two things we don't use in big data. They are not used in big data. We are not using in big data. We are using only DDL, DML operations. And there is one more thing, that is, third one is DRL or DQL, data retrieval language or data query language. DRL or DQL. So retrieval or query. So can anybody tell what would be there in this? So which command would be here? Anybody? No. Only we are having select. Only we are having select. It's nothing more. This one is read only operation. Why I'm saying this read only operation? This select cannot change any data. Select, we are not, by selecting any table or anything, you are changing any data in that? No, you are just looking into the data, how it looks. That's what the select. So it is read only operation. Okay, where you are checking the data, how it looks. Okay, this is all just querying the data. We are not making any changes to data. So this DRL or DQL select operation, it never make any changes to the data. This thing you should remember. By selecting anything, you're not making any change to the data. Let's try to do something in our Databricks. I'm just trying to create database. Okay, customers DB. Let's do it here. Create. So if I'm using create is nothing but see here. I'm doing some mistake. Who is telling that? Who is able to see that? Let's check. Okay, create database. So it's already given. Create. See, whenever I'm trying to give the create statement, I'm not changing anything. This only giving my mistake. So I'm not changing here Python code. I'm just trying to write create. Create space. Again, I'm trying to create one database. So when I have given like that, it is automatically changing to SQL. That is what the beauty of Databricks. So you need not to worry for that. Even not this one. If I give select star, see, it's automatically changing to percentage SQL. But remember always, when you are writing any code, you should know that which kind of code you are writing, whether it is SQL, Python, anything, okay? But you need to change here, or you need to give percentage SQL, or you can go here and you can change to Scala or SQL and Python. Okay, so I'm just giving create. What I want to create, this is English like language. Okay, SQL as English like language. You need not to worry for the you know, case sensitivity, whether if I'm writing in capital letters, small letters, how you write it will take in one case only. Okay. So this is case sensitivity is not there in this programming, in this querying language. And you can write like this. Uh, it is like a English like language, but Python is not like that. Okay. Create database. I'm just telling this to the compiler in English. What is there in that statement? Nothing, right? Just even in English, you can say the same. Create database. I'm just giving create customers DB. Now I'm trying to execute this. Trying to execute this. So now customers DB database is created. Okay, you need to understand here. I'll show you parallelly what is the difference between uh, Databricks and SSMS. Okay, same, both are SQL only. Now I'm writing just one. Taking a query, trying to create database customers underscore DB semicolon. Just execute this. So you have created one database customers DB. Let's check whether the database is reflected here or not. See, you are having customers DB. Okay, so now I'm just to try to create one table here. Create what now? Just before I have given create database. Now I'm giving create table. Okay. After giving create table, what we need to give? What table we need to create, right? So create table. Here, one more thing is there. We are writing in master, but I just want to create this table in the customers DB. So I'm selecting my database here to customers DB. So if I give the customers DB here, I need not to give the database name here. I can give only employees. Okay. What I'm telling to this, I'm saying, um, okay. So I'm just saying this to create one employees table in customers DB here. But if I want to write the same thing in Databricks, I need to write like this. Taking another cell. What I'm saying, create table. So where I need to create the table? Where I need to create the table? I need to create the table in customers DB, right? So how I'll use customers underscore DB dot employees. So inside that, what I need to give? Okay, now I want to give the table. So for table, what we are having,
Hello.
you are not interacting at all. This is not the right way. Just sitting, listening, and going. So what I'm saying is, if you are trying to give a table name, what we need to have? We need to have the schema. The
Hello.
schema is nothing but yes. Yes. Schema is nothing but we are giving the fields. Without giving fields, how we can insert the data, right? So what are the fields? I'm just giving some fields like ID, name, and location. Okay. So for that, I'm giving the schema here. You just understand these are very simple things. But in real time, these it will become big things. Okay. So if you understand step by step properly, when I'm writing anything, you can follow up easily. I'm giving ID. So if I give ID, is that sufficient? No. In
Data
SQL, it
type.
is rows. What we need to give? Okay, ID is like name or number or float. We need to mention to the system. But in Python, the best thing is you need not to mention anything. It will automatically take the type of the column or schema. So that is the beauty of Python. So in Python code, you need not to mention the data type, but in SQL code, you need to give the data type. So I'm giving ID as integer, okay, or string. All I'm taking as string only as of now, okay. Just giving string. It has already came. ID also I'm giving as string only, and name also string. So here nothing is there. You just this is simple only. Most of the people knows. So what I'm doing, I'm creating one table with ID, name, location, and string. So the same statement, I'm copying here, but I need not to mention the database name there because I'm using the same database in the SQL query. Just trying to execute this. It will execute. I don't know. Let me try this.
I think you need to change the data type.
What?
Instead of integer varchar.
Not yet here. Okay. So here in this, we need to give the varchar, right? But in Databricks, it is like that. We are taking string. So string can be considered as char, varchar, and everything. But in SSMS, it should be. Trying to execute this now. Hmm. Anybody is able to find this incorrect syntax here?
Yeah,
I,
those.
I don't think you know those brackets, do you?
No, I
Which
don't know.
brackets?
It would just be ID, varchar, comma, name
Hmm.
varchar, comma, without the brackets here.
Varchar should not have brackets. Okay.
I don't think so, unless you're specifying, like the
Yes,
maximum
yes.
characters or anything inside here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, see, this one actually I'm looking into the specified schema name customers DB either does not exist or you do not have permission to use it because I'm already doing in the same DB. I'm just giving here. Okay. Now I'll try to remove this. See, now it is executing. This is what the thing I want to show it to you. So if I'm not making any mistake, you don't see it the screen. That I understand. So, okay, that's fine. So here, whenever you are trying to create anything, so you need to mention the DB name here. And how we will check whether this DB is available or not? I have created it. It is saying okay, but how we can check? We can go to the catalog and there are you can see the databases and only thing you will face actually when the cluster is on, then only you are able to see this DBs. The cluster is off, then you are not able to see this because in real time when you are working with the multiple clusters, so each cluster is having different databases. So if I'm having this cluster on, there also you are not able to see these databases because that cluster has to be connected. Okay, so I'm just having the customers DB here. You can check it in the catalog. Now I try to run this. My intention is not to explain SQL, but why I'm giving it all these things is this is very important to understand. Okay. I'm just executing shift enter. So the table is created now. You can see here how many jobs it has taken to create. It has taken 4 jobs. What we yesterday we understand, right? The particular piece of code has to be given into the worker nodes. That worker node, what it will do, it will divide it into number of stages to tasks. So this code is given to the Spark. So what it is converted to the stages. I'm just viewing this. Even if you don't understand, don't worry. So I just want to explain you the Spark architecture. So how many number of stages it has converted? You can see here 1 stage, because we will see going forward, you are having 2 kinds of transformations, wide and narrow. So narrow transformations are having single stage operations. So this is just creating one table. That's why you are having only 1 stage. There is no shuffling happened here. Okay, you're just having this one, a simple straight line you are having. So the job is converted into stages to task. Each task is assigned to each node, but here single node, right? Communication is single node. So it has given to the single. We will see this for every transaction. You will understand what's going on. So I have created the table. Let's check whether this table is existing in our catalog or not. So catalog is mainly looking for the all tables and databases, what you notebooks and everything you can check here in the catalog. So I'm just opening my customers DB. Here you can find the employees. So I have not given any data, but I'm able to see the schema. See here, whenever you are saying schema is nothing but the structure of the table. So I'm going back to my notebook. Just to try to select the table. Select from even if I type like this, you can see when I did the space, you will get all the tables which you are having in your database here. So we are having customers DB. It automatically popped up. And then in that you having table employees. So I'm just trying to execute this. It is giving the schema ID, name, location. Now, so I need to give the data to this. Okay. Just inserting the data. Insert into where I need to insert customers,
DB.
DB, yes, employees. So I'm trying to give the values. So I'm taking everything as string. You can see this. I made this deliberately string. You are having ABC. Whenever you are seeing ABC in the sample data, it means it is string data type. It is string data type. You are having string. We define this as string. That's why you are having ABC. If it is integer, then you will have 1, 2, 3. If you are having float, then you will have 1 point something like that. So by looking into this schema, you can say that what is the data type. Okay. So I'm just giving values. Location I'll give Bangalore. This is not. Just giving only one thing. So I have given the values to this. And now what I want to show you is, I just trying to delete the ID equals to 1. Okay, I'm just giving you, because for timing I have given only one line of data, but let's query this table. You are having data 1, ID 1, name Ram, location Bangalore. So for that data, I want to delete it. Okay, delete. Why it is not changing to SQL now? We will see that. I'm just changing this to SQL. Delete from. What is the table name? Customers DB. Employees. Where ID equals to 1. Where ID equals to 1. Delete from customers DB employees. So what it means, just try to understand. Select. If I give select star, it will display the data. So it is displaying 1 Ram Bangalore. So at ID equals to 1, the data is, it is only one record, so it would be easy. Suppose if you are having multiple, some 2000, 4000, 5000 records, it's not that easy to see this. So before deleting anything, what you need to do is, you need to check whether the data is available or not, or it is, if I gave like this, multiple records are showing up, or the data where we are deleting is correct or not. That we need to check it first. Now I'm trying to delete it. Here is one thing will happen now. So I'm just deleting, delete from. So one row is affected. It is deleted. Delete from employees. It is deleted because it is, we have created the database here. Customers DB we have created. But if it is not created any database, you are directly trying to delete any table, it won't delete from there. But if you create the database, then only it will delete. Now, I just want to make you to understand. So the same thing. Have you all installed SSMS? Not now, actually. Whenever we are going for the Azure Synapse Analytical Platform, we need SSMS. So try to install that in your laptops. So that is open source only. You need not to pay anything. You can easily get installed by going through the website. You can directly type like this. SSMS download. So you can install SSMS directly by clicking on this. They will give you some link. By downloading this, download SSMS 21 is there, right? By downloading and initiate installation. So you will get installed SSMS. So today you try to install it. If you are not able to do that, tomorrow we can see that. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Just trying to give you some, because we started the class at 6:10. So I'll give you 10 more minutes. At least 1 hour we need to complete. This is Spark in-memory processing engine. Now you got the complete idea what is in-memory processing. And this is the Python. Okay, Python. So Python is having too many libraries in that. Python is having too many packages in that. You can check whenever you are having some free time, you can check here. Python packages. So you can see here you are having Python, pandas you are having, NumPy you are having, learn, see, matplotlib, cborn plots, and ca.py, b.py. So the many, not only this, so many Python packages are available. Okay, but what we are trying to learn now, actually, so one more thing I want to say that we are starting AI class also. If anybody is interested in that, we can go for that. Actually, there we used to learn this all these things, pandas, NumPy, and all these Python packages over there. But here, what we are learning for the Databricks purpose is one of the package called PySpark. Okay, one of the package called PySpark we are using. So on the top of Spark, we are having module called PySpark. So if anybody is asking you what is PySpark, we are using Python on the top of Spark, which is PySpark. This is one of the Python package. Python package. Here we are using only 4 Python in this. I think. So if you are, I'm just giving you one example. Suppose if you are creating one data frame, yesterday we have seen that, and we'll go to df equals to spark dot read dot any API. This is what how you are creating in your uh, PySpark. But in pandas, creating data frame is different. There you will use PD, pandas. Here we are using only PySpark. So for that, we'll create the df equals to df can be data frame can be created in pandas as well as PySpark also. But we are implementing PySpark coding, so that's why we are writing like this. And one more thing we need to discuss today's class, I thought, but it's already over. So I just want to give you RDD. So RDD is nothing but a resilient distributed data set. Tomorrow we can discuss it thoroughly. So RDD is especially created for the log files or text files. Okay, log files or text files. So we are having two types of creations, how to create RDD. Okay, how to save RDD, you need to understand. In tomorrow's class, I'll tell you how to create RDD. At the same time, how to save RDD. These two things are very important. Okay, suppose if you are having source, target. So for that, what we are having in between? Spark. Spark in memory processing engine, right? This is a source, target, in memory processing engine, which is source. Spark, target. What we are doing, we are connected, collecting the data, all ETL, right? Connect and collect the data, and we will load the data into the target. This we know. So read data from file and create one RDD. Here what we are doing, we are reading data from a file and creating RDD, right? So how to create RDD? RDD will be created in two methods. One is RDD equals to SC. What is SC? This thing we will discuss. SC dot parallelize. SC is nothing but Spark context. Okay, Spark context. SC dot parallelize. And here you will give the list. How many of you know the Python list and all? If you don't know, in tomorrow's class, I'll explain. If you know that, I'll skip it. Okay. So SC dot parallelize list. And like this, you will create. Example, like SC dot parallelize. Inside that, you will give anything you can give. You can give the range function, you can give the list, and this is an example for that. We will create RDD in two ways. One is SC dot parallelize, and second one is SC dot text file method. Text file means you are having one file and you are reading that file into your, inside this you will give the path. You will read that file into the RDD. So RDD, it is having the text file. You are already having one file, that file we will read into the RDD. And here SC dot parallelize method, you will give the list of the elements, what are the list and all. So this is where you will give this here. Okay, and then transformations. Spark, what is the purpose of Spark? Spark is to do the, tomorrow again I'll explain, but I'll give you. Transformations will be done here. So in the transformations, what you will do, first you will collect the RDD, RDD dot collect. These are all commands only. In tomorrow's class in detail, you can understand. Now, after collecting that, what we are doing, we are loading that into the target. So loading into target. So how you will load? You are having two kinds of saving RDD. First one is RDD dot save. You can understand this. A is capital letter I'm giving. Here also text file, F is capital letter because this is Python. Okay, save as text file. Save as text file. So I'll give the path here. And second method is RDD dot save as pickle file. What is that? We will understand. Pickle file. These are the two methods where we can save the data. We are having, we can create in two ways. One is parallelize and second one is text file. And we can save in two ways. One is text file and another one is pickle file. So we can create the RDD, we can save the RDD in two ways. Okay. This thing, we will do that in the target. We are storing that file. This is the entire RDD structure. In tomorrow's class, we can see in detail. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now.
I want to ask you, why we are using Databricks Community Free Edition, and what is the difference between the Databricks in Azure portal? Are we using that?
So you are asking me the difference between community edition and
Yeah,
the
my
where you
question.
are using for the paid version, right? So
Yeah,
in community edition, you will have only one cluster working at a time. But in paid version, you are having multiple clusters. If you create one time one cluster, it is going to be there in the in paid version. But in the community edition, the cluster is going to be off if you are not using that for 1 hour and you are not able to reuse that again. You need to create it again. That is what the difference, and remaining everything would be there the same for the community edition and for the what paid version. And only thing is, in community edition you are not able to create workflows, but in paid version you can create the workflows and DLTs. So those things are different. So when we are practicing, we can practice in community edition. If it is completing for 10 days, I'll explain you in the paid version also, the difference and all.
okay. The reason why I'm asking, I created one yesterday by Azure portal. So
Okay.
the it seemed different compared to the one in Community Edition. And I'm looking at the structure of that. I can't see a cluster on it or where to create a cluster. So it's like it look the different from the one you're having.
A difference would be there, but the difference is not like it is not a blocker for you to practice everything. So if you know all these basics and all, you can work on the paid version also, but only difference is you are having workflows and DLTs over there. That's it. Am I reaching you properly?
I don't know if you are free for 1 minute after this recording stop, just to clarify something with you, if that is okay.
Do you want me to show the paid version?
Am I allowed to share my screen
Yeah,
in
you
this
can.
class?
You can. Shall I stop recording?
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, I'm not able to share my screen.
You're not able to share.
This is a
Yeah, yeah. Shanmuk, is there any possibility she can share her screen?
Let me check. I have to enable
Mm.
share.
Divya, maybe if you stop,
I'll stop. I'll stop.
yeah, we can stop.
Now you try. Sunita. How to pronounce your name?
Jacinta.
Jacinta. Okay. Are you able to do now, Jacinta?
I think I'm showing the wrong one.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm looking for cluster. So this is what I'm saying. General compute.
This is a paid version,
No, it's free.
free edition. Okay. Just start and attach serverless. Okay. So you are using not the community edition, you are using the free trial. It will end up in 15 days or something they will give you. That's why you are having all this. You just open the compute.
Yeah.
Left panel. So here you are having general compute and SQL warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So SQL warehouse where we are using for the these are used to connect this Databricks environment or SQL. There would be databases behind this. This we can connect to our Power BI systems. And even you can use SQL warehouse also when you are using your SQL queries and all. Go for general compute. Here you are having just no, wait. Just do the drop down under the serverless. So you having only serverless, but
Yeah.
there is in paid version you will have the serverless and you will have that how many cores you can give that and all. There it would be just as of now. You try to create one community edition now, not this one. Just go to that plus sign and open another tab. No, not here. Another tab.
Okay.
Just give community.
This one.
I'll ping you in the chat.
Okay.
If anybody wants to drop, they can drop, but you want to stay. No worries. So I have given in the chat. You open it. Just try to open that. Sign up. Sign up. Not that one. Don't
Okay,
use.
sign. Okay. So use a different email. I'm using Microsoft account already. Have Microsoft account.
It's directly giving you the free edition. Okay. So continue with Gmail, Google. What it will say to you.
Use different email or use
Continue to
existing email.
Databricks and there's many emails. Okay, little bit come down. Come down. Actually, there would be one. Before using this app, you can review Databricks privacy. So you need to use that only as of now. Now you are having one login, right? Another tab. You just using your notebooks and all. Use that only. I'll go and I'll see that maybe any changes they made in the Databricks for the community edition. I'll come back to you too. As of now, you use this and notebook only. Here you need to create one cluster. Dot is there, right? Dot. Play dot.
Yeah, I use notebook. So wait, there's no place to create
Jacinta. After play button, there is dot, right? You go there. Dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. Just use serverless as of now.
Okay.
You click on the serverless. Just try to connect it. I want to see if it is. You can work on this notebook. It has connected for you. Meanwhile, I'll go through the community edition portal and I'll check it. Okay.
Okay, that's right. Thanks.
Any doubts?
No, because the reason I created one yesterday.
Yeah. You went to the Azure portal directly. That's why you are getting that one. Even I saw before creating the community edition also. Free edition, it is popping up. but I'll give you, Sai, what about you? You also using the same
I'm also using the free edition.
free edition? James, you
Divya.
also? Right.
What I observed was like community edition is bit fast while running the queries compared to free edition.
Free edition, actually we need to create community edition. I'm not getting whether they have stopped the community edition, they have launched this free edition. Let me check that, because I'm having my old community edition, that's why I'm able to open it. But for you all, you are opening all in free edition. That's fine, anywhere you can do the queries and all. Give me
This
time.
will expire after 15 days, isn't it?
Sorry?
That this has expiring date, isn't it? Because it's not paid edition.
Not getting you actually. I don't
With
know,
this
maybe.
expired, this account, when is the expiring date?
Expired.
Yeah.
This account. No, it's not like that. They will ask you for the upgradation. They don't make it as expired. We will see that, Jacinta. For today only you practice in it. In this, tomorrow I'll come to you and I'll let you know, people, like whether community edition is providing that or not. If not, then we can go for it.
Okay, that's fine.
All business tricks, what we can do. That's it. Okay. No worries, but there would be definitely community edition. If you are not able to do that, I'll do one thing. I'll give my credentials, then you can use the community edition. No worries for that, for you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any queries? I'm wrapping up the session.
Divya, I mean, you mentioned some, AI Python. I didn't understand what.
AI Python.
Yeah, AI codes with, Python codes or something, NumPy, those.
Yes. Actually, I'm starting the AI course.
Okay.
Maybe in the month of July starting.
Okay.
There we are having a lot more to learn and all, how to do the machine learning, how to do the deep learning. And in that we need to learn 2 to 3 Python packages. And along with that, I'll provide you everything. If you are interested, you can contact to Shanmukh. I have given him the all course content. He will provide it for you. But it will be definitely useful. I learned that for almost, I spent it almost 2.5 lakh on that. But I'm giving this because everybody is looking into AI. So I want to make it available for everyone. So that's why I have started this. So you can go to him and you can ask him if you are interested. But that was a bit longer course, not like a crash course, 45 days, 50 days. It is not like that. It will take, you need to learn multiple tools over there to get to do master in AI. It is like you can, after having all that course, you can prepare your own ChatGPT. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is like that. It is completely AI and data science course. I'm having certification in that, and I'm pretty much confident that I can give you the good course content.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go and ask Shanmukh. He will give you all the insights for that course. And it will definitely be 3 months, not less than that. And sometimes it will go to 4 months also, because a lot more to learn over there. So just ask. Okay, Sai?
Yeah. Thank you.